Hello everyone, I welcome you all to my channel Revealing Concepts. In today's class, we would be doing the next exercise of the chapter probability, that is problem set 5.2 or the practice set 5.2. Now, if you haven't watched the previous videos, that is the introduction video, which is divided into two parts, and also practice set 5.1, then you might not be able to understand this exercise as well. So I would request you to visit my channel and do watch the previous 3 videos that are related to probability. That would actually give you a gist of all the concepts that we would be using in order to solve the further exercises. So now let's start with practice set 5.2. The first question says that write sample space S and the number of sample points n of S for the following experiments that are given below. Now again, the terms sample space or the sample points, these are already explained in the introduction video. So if you haven't watched, please do watch them so that you would understand what exactly these terms mean. Now here the experiments that are given to us, as we all know, these are the random experiments, and for these random experiments we are supposed to write the sample space. Now random experiments are those experiments jiske result we cannot predict in advance. We cannot say ki, exactly I'm going to get this result, but yes, we do know what can be the possible result. So the collection of all the possible outcomes is nothing but the sample space, and each point in that sample space, each particular element that is there in the sample space is called as the sample point, and depending upon how many elements are there in the sample space, that is nothing but the sample points of the given sample space. So here the first random experiment that is given to us is one coin and one die thrown simultaneously. Now in math, again and again I do tell in my videos that the words that are given, each and every word that is given in the question matters and has a meaning. So here if you see, they could have just written one die and one coin is thrown, but now here an extra word which is simultaneously is mentioned in the question, and you need to understand the importance of this word. You have to consider both these scenarios occurring simultaneously, that is at the same time. तो जिस टाइम पे आप coin toss करोगे उसी टाइम पे आप die को throw करोगे, and you are going to consider both the outcomes as one single outcome. So whenever you are going to write the possible outcomes for this random experiment, you are going to get a combination. एक तो coin का और दूसरा die का, वो combination मिलके एक outcome बनेगा. You understood? So here I'll explain you and then I'll tell you how you're supposed to write in your exam. One coin and one die is thrown. Separately, if we try to understand, one coin if is been thrown, and if you are supposed to get the outcome of it, possible outcomes है head or tail. ये individual coin जब अपन throw करते हैं तब का है. Similarly, when we throw a die or when we throw a die, the possible outcomes are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. This we have seen in the previous videos as well. Now what I'll be doing is, since both of them are thrown simultaneously, we don't know what would be the result. We are just supposed to write the possible outcomes irrespective of the order in which we write. Okay, so what I will be doing is, I will be fixing at a time, coin पे head आ सकता है, coin पे tail आ सकता है. So first I'll be fixing head part of it and then tail. सिर्फ एक ही coin है, that is why I'm taking H and T. If there were two coins, I would have taken H1 and T1, H2 and T2. But since there is just one coin, so head लिया है, tail लिया है. Now at a time I'm going to fix H, and now I'm going to pair this H with all the possible outcomes of the dice. So सारे possible outcomes, meaning head के साथ 1 भी आ सकता है die पे. Similarly head के साथ 2 भी आ सकता है. Along with head 3 can come, H4, H5 and H6. Similarly, you would be having T1, T2, T3, T4, T5 and T6. Now you all need to understand that here H and T are the outcomes of the coin, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6 are the all possible outcomes of the die. Again I am telling you, I have written H1. H corresponds to the outcome of the coin, 1 corresponds to the outcome of the dice. दोनों को मिला के एक combination बनता है, and that in this case is your one outcome. So your first I have fixed head. लेट्स से कि हेड आता है, तो हेड के साथ हर एक नंबर पेयर करेगा ऑफ दैट पर्टिकुलर डाई. नाउ आई एम फिक्सिंग द टेल पार्ट ऑफ द कॉइन, एंड नाउ विथ ईच टेल और जस्ट द टेल आई एम पेयरिंग ईच आउटकम ऑफ द डाइस. सो दैट इज हाउ वी आर गेटिंग H1 से लेकर H6 तक एंड T1 से लेकर T6 तक, एंड दिस इज नथिंग बट योर सैंपल स्पेस फॉर द गिवन रैंडम एक्सपेरिमेंट. सो इफ यू आर सपोज टू राइट दिस इन द सेट फॉर्म, so you would be writing it as S equals to H1, H2, H3, H4, H5, H6 by fixing your head and then varying your outcomes for the dice. Similarly, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5 and T6. Here all the possible outcomes are written in curly brackets separated by commas, which is your usual notation for the sample space. Now, depending upon the sample space, the number of points or the number of sample points in this sample space is 12. So n of s ka value in this case is 12. So for this random experiment, there are 12 possible outcomes. Now let's move on to the next question, which is 2-digit numbers are formed using 2, 3, 5 and without repeating a digit. The question over here is you're again supposed to find the sample space, meaning you're supposed to find all possible outcomes for the given random experiment. Again, 2-digit numbers, this is one keyword that is there. तो 2-digit number form करना है. The data that is given to us is 2, 3 and 5. तो ये single digits use करके 2-digit number find करना है. Additional information that is given to you in this case is without repeating a digit, meaning no repetition of digit is allowed when you form a 2-digit number. What do you mean by repetition of digit? In this case, number 22, 33 and 55 are not allowed because here we are repeating the digit one more time. So excluding this, whatever is there would be the sample space for this particular random experiment. So again and again I'll tell you, just like here the word simultaneously played an important role. Either extra information kya hai without repeating a digit. This is actually to check how aware you are of different events that are given to you. Otherwise, you know, if they would have given 2-digit numbers formed using 2, 3 and 5, it would be kind of easy to write the outcomes. But an additional condition actually tests whether do you understand the concept of event or not. So here the event is of framing or forming 2-digit numbers with the condition that the digits are not repeated, meaning ये तीनों possibilities को exclude करना है, लिखना ही नहीं है. You're not supposed to write anything about this in your solution. You're just supposed to directly write the outcomes. तो अगर sample space S है, now I will do the same thing. What I will be doing is मैं 2 को fix करूंगी and then I'll try to pair 2 with the remaining 2 digits. So if I try to pair 2 with 3, then I get the number 23. Similarly 25. अभी 2 को fix करके हो गया. Now let's move on to the next number 3. Now I'll tell you, I'm not going to pair 2 with itself because repetition of digits is not allowed. Now I will be pairing 3 with the remaining 2 numbers. So I'll get 32 and 35. You're supposed to find all possible outcomes. So abhi last number kaun sa bacha? 5. I'll be fixing 5 and I'll be writing 5 with the remaining 2 numbers 52 and 53. Now, is there any other number that is possible? 2-digit number apart from, of course, these 3. If you see 53 का उल्टा 35 है, 52 का उल्टा 25, that is also there. So all possible combinations are there. So here also what I have done is at a time I have fixed one outcome and paired, not one outcome, one digit and paired it with the remaining 2 to get one outcome. So this is how we have got the sample space for this given experiment. Clearly, if you see, there are how many sample points over here? 6 sample points. So n of s in this case is equal to 6. And that is how we are getting the sample space as well as the number of sample points for the given random experiment. Now question number 2. The arrow is located. I did not locate the arrow. It is over here in the yellow section. The arrow is rotated and it stops randomly on the disk. Find out on which color it may stop. This is just given for your reference. उन्होंने बोला कि एक disk है, it is divided into different colors and a arrow is there which is fixed at the center of this disk. It is rotating, it's a rotating arrow. Randomly they are going to rotate it and the arrow is going to stop at a particular color. किसी एक color पे जाके वो रुकेगी. The question here is find out on which color it may stop. May, might, these are the keywords for possibility. And what is possibility in math? It is probability. So again here the keyword is may. May matlab possibility. Possibility matlab probability. So what we are supposed to find agar probability bola hai? We are supposed to find the sample space. कौन से color पे? We are not sure. Your arrow is pointed at yellow. That is just for your reference. Understand the question. Arrow rotate होता है कौन से color पे? It may stop. कौन से color पे? It might stop. We don't know, but we have the total colors in our hand, so we can write the sample space. So here S would be all the possible colors because it might stop at red color. It might stop at orange color, yellow, blue, purple and green as well. So इसमें से किसी एक पे तो वो रुकेगी ही. Can it stop at white color? It cannot stop at white color because white color is not part of the disk. अगर white color उस disk का part नहीं है तो we are sure कि white color is not going to come. So because white color sample space का part भी नहीं होगा. Here you are going to take all these colors as part of your sample space because they have been given on the disk. So इसमें से कुछ भी possible होगा. So the sample space for this particular situation or experiment is red, orange, yellow, blue, purple and green. These are the possible colors that are there on the disk. Now question number 3. Here if you see month of March for the year 2019 is given in the calendar form. You are supposed to find the days on which the date is a multiple of 5. You are supposed to find कि कौन से days पे the date that comes on those days is a multiple of 5. First of all, between numbers 1 to 31, try to locate or try to find the multiples of 5 on the calendar itself. So here if you see 5 is one multiple of 5 followed by 10, 15, 20, 25 and 30. So the numbers that I have highlighted using red color, these are the numbers which are multiples of 5 and those multiples of 5 actually exist in the month of March as of now for the year 2019. They are asking you not the multiples of 5. They are asking you कि जो multiple of 5 है, basically the date which is a multiple of 5, वो कौन से days पे आता है. Okay, that date comes on which all days. So here if you see the date 25th March comes on Monday, 5th March comes on Tuesday, 20th March comes on Wednesday. Is there any multiple of 5 that comes on Thursday? No. So can you include Thursday in your sample space? You cannot include Thursday in your sample space क्योंकि March, in the month of March for the year 2019, there is not even a single date which is a multiple of 5 and it comes on Thursday. So Thursday तो sample space में नहीं होगा. Monday होगा, Tuesday होगा, Wednesday होगा. Now Friday, 15th is a multiple of 5. So Friday would be part of your sample space. Similarly, 30 and 10 are for Saturdays and Sundays respectively. So if you try to write the sample space for this particular situation, considering and observing the calendar and the calculations that we have done, the sample space for this particular situation is Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Is Thursday part of your sample space? No. Friday, Saturday and Sunday. And N of S in this case is 6 and not 7 because Thursday पे कोई भी multiple of 5 नहीं आता है. So this is the sample space for the given experiment. Now the last question. Form a road safety committee of 2 from 2 boys which are denoted by B1 and B2 and 2 girls, G1 and G2. Complete the following activity to write the sample space. So basically this is just an exercise to to let you understand कि actual sample space in complicated events पे कैसे पहुंचना है. So here you are supposed to form a road safety committee जिसमें 2 members होंगे and those 2 members are chosen from a group of 2 boys and 2 girls. Finally we are going to get the sample space, लेकिन उसके लिए एक process follow होता है. So what they are going to do is they are going to consider different events. सबसे पहले the event is कि what if the committee contains both boys. So what is the possible you can say the outcome for this. So since there are only 2 boys and 2 ही members होंगे committee में, so you would have B1 and B2. This has one outcome for the committee member. Then similarly, जैसे both the members of the committee can be boys, both the members can be girls as well. So the possible outcome in this case is G1 and G2. Is there any other outcome that is possible? No. अगर G3 होता then it might be possible. Actually it is possible if there is one more girl, but since there are just 2 girls और committee भी दोनों 2 members की है, so the outcome in this case is G1 G2. So 2 boys हो गए, 2 girls हो गए. Now the committee might consist of 1 boy and 1 girl. So they have given one example, let's say B1 and G1. Now whenever you are having 2 different events ki boys hai girls hai, what you're going to do is just like in this case we fixed H and then vary kiya the second one. Here also we fixed one number at a time and tried to pair it with the others. So here also we are going to do the same thing. B1 को fix करेंगे and we are going to now vary the girl part of it. So B1 G1, then B1 G2. Similarly now we are going to fix the second boy, that is B2. B2 G1, B2 G2. Right? So again I'll explain you. There's a committee which is of 2 boys, B1 B2, committee which is of 2 girls, G1 G2. What if there is 1 boy 1 girl? So what I'll do is I'll fix one boy one at a time and I'll pair it with both the girls, pair him with both girls. So B1 G1, B1 G2. Now I'll be fixing boy 2 which is B2 with and pair him with the next 2 girls. So B2 G1, B2 G2. Now when you try to combine all these outcomes together in the set form, the resultant set that we get is your sample space. So if you want to write sample space for this situation जहाँ पे 2 boys है 2 girls है, you are asked to find a committee of 2 members. So the situation can be कि दोनों boys होंगे. It is also possible that both of them might be girls as well, or 1 boy 1 girl, which in this case is B1 G1, B1 G2, B2 G1 and B2 G2. So the N of S in this case is 4, 5 and 6. N of S in this case is 6. So this is how we can get the sample space for this particular situation that was given to you. So in today's video, we started with practice set 5.2 and we completed the entire practice set. I hope you all have understood what has been taught and explained in today's video. If you have any doubt, you can post them down in the comment section and I will surely reply back to you. Thank you so much. If you have liked the video, if you have understood everything, then please do share this video with your friends and subscribe to my channel. Thank you and see you soon in the next video.